Alright, hey Mark. So, here's where we're at. First thing was long train runner. You're going to go through this pattern. Really calling out the chord names as well as playing through it. So we have that G minor 7 with the F undertone right there. C minor 7 with the B flat undertone. Okay, and then that turnaround section was we had E flat, G, and D. Right, so remember that G5 power chord there. So you want to start incorporating that thing wherever you can. So if I'm playing a it's just alternating those things. It's going to make your playing sound a little cooler if you are able to incorporate that power chord there. So anyway, back to the pattern. Here's what it is. Riff A. Set your metronome. Then we have that funk riff. Okay, so that was one more time, sorry. Okay, so we're going to do 3 times of the riff and then the funk riff. Okay, and then we would go into the next section, the C minor 7, which is not going to start on beat 1, it's going to start on the and of 1, so it would be 1. Okay, here's the right hand technique. Okay, again. Okay, so and then we have that turnaround. Oh, we go back to them. Sorry, you go back to the riff A for 2 times. Okay, so notice those scratch strums in between. Now here it is all together. Okay, and so on from there. So, then we did Strong Enough, that Sheryl Crow tune, working on your finger style. Okay, the chords, I'll go through left hand first. You have D major, and then with the hammer on, the F sharp. To the G, what just the root is placed down. B minor, and then B minor 6, so we lift the pinky up and hit open G. To A. Okay, so here's the right hand technique. Alright, so you want to be able to play and count that. So you have it's in 3/4 time. 1 and 2 E and a 3 and 1 and 2 E and a 3 and repeat that part. So really try and get that down to your metronome. You have to set it to 3/4 or 6/8, and then just count it out, play it down, get those chords really happening, and then we can talk about writing out what the chord progression is via knowing what notes are in a scale. So we talked about in the key of D major, you have these notes. You have D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D, right? That creates a major scale. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Now each chord, each note gets associated a chord with it. You have D major, E minor, F sharp minor, G major, A major, B major, C sharp diminished, and then D major again. I'm sorry, that would be B minor, C sharp diminished, and D. So you can take that and start applying it to your new songs by starting with a chord that's in the key of the song that you're playing, just that you haven't used yet. For example, if we go back to Strong Enough, right, we're in the key of D, that whole beginning part. Where are we going to go from there? Well, she goes to E minor, and so on. So it's using that 2 minor chord to start off with, completely separates the sections of the song. So you can do that in various ways, right? So if maybe your first section starts on D, then you go to your second section that starts on E, and maybe your third section starts on B minor. Whatever you come up with. So we also went over your timing exercises, right? You want to set your metronome, and you want to start building your interval chops. So let's set the metronome and go 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and a 4, E, and a 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, E, and a 4, E, and a 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, E, and a 2, E, and a 3, and 4, and... Okay, so on. So I'm completely randomizing my intervals, which is cool. It's going to help your soloing. So just set your metronome and really try and lock it in. Another thing you can do is set the metronome and just go over each interval. So I would go 1, or I'd start with 8th notes and then go 16th notes. Make sure you're playing in time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and all the way up, and then start increasing your speed, and then do 16th notes. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a down and back, just to start building those chops up and really working on your attack, your single string attack, right? So really getting that alternate picking thing happening, really being on top of the notes and in time. That's the biggest thing you wanna work on. So I'll catch you in a couple weeks.